First Steps Conversation, Session 10, we're talking about you being a child of promise. I just want to take a moment and have a celebration. First Steps Conversations, it has 10 sessions, and we are in the final session. And I'm excited about this session because it talks about God's promises. God is a God of promise. In other words, when He says something to you, He will do it. Often in our lives, we've had people who have said something and made a promise, and they haven't kept those promises. But God always keeps His promises. This is why I want to give you the password for victory in your Christian life. 7:13:19. Let me repeat it again. 7:13:19. So important that you remember the password for victory in your Christian life. So just repeat it now. 7:13:19. What am I talking about? I'll explain it in a little bit, but I don't want you to forget your password. Have you ever forgotten the password? It's a nuisance. It's horrible. This is the biblical password for a victorious Christian life. 7:13:19. And it has to do with God's promises. It says in Galatians 4:28, not only is God the God of promise, but it says in Galatians 4:28, now you brothers and sisters are children of promise. We are to be children of promise. And this is session 10. It's becoming a child of promise. This is the best thing, the most important thing that you can learn, because as you come through First Steps Conversation Discipleship, we want you to go forth as a child of promise. Now, understanding these promises is why I have given you the password 7:13:19. Some scholars say there are 3,000 promises in the Bible. Some scholars say there are 6,000 promises in the Bible. Well, we're going to kind of go right in the middle and say there's 4,000 promises in the Bible. 4,000 promises in the Bible. You can't remember all of those. And we believe in the principle of specificity. In other words, what are some promises, since you are to be a child of promise, and since God is a God of promise, what are some specific promises that will allow you to walk in the victory that God intends? Well, this is the password. 7:13:19. In Philippians 4:7, Philippians 4:13, Philippians 4:19. Let me read Philippians 4:7. You will experience God's peace in Philippians 4:7, which exceeds anything we can understand. His peace will guard your hearts and minds as you live in Christ Jesus. 13, Philippians 4:13. For I can do everything through Christ who gives me strength. The power of God. And then in Philippians 4:19, and this same God who takes care of me will supply all of your needs, all of my needs from His glorious riches, which have been given to us in Christ. Philippians 4:7 is on the peace of God. Philippians 4:13 is on the power of God. And Philippians 4:19 is on the provision of God. All 4,000 promises can be summarized in peace, power, and provision. You can't find one promise that isn't about peace, power, or provision. And that is why I say 7:13:19, that's the password for a victorious Christian life. I can give you no better encouragement than this. Be a child of promise. Philippians 4:7, Philippians 4:13, Philippians 4:19. Remember, peace, power, and provision.